Death metal hails from United States of America. This one is Dominion. Now, there are lots of bands with the given names. If you just go for Metal Archive site and start searching for Dominion, you will find a lot of bands, and even more than, in some cases, even more than one band with the same name from same country. So this is one of those American-based ones. So in case you're searching for it, either use the link included in the description box or just search with the release name. I was about to say album name, but this is MCD. So go with the name Evil Control and you will find this particular band. 4 tracks, about 21 minutes, 21 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. This one is relatively new band, 2019 onwards, and hasn't been exactly the most active band out there. Released in 2024 by a smaller label. This is very much an underground release, and as you can see, it goes with violence as well as sadism. That is kind of an ongoing topic with the band, and you can pretty much see this kind of a setup with the band having these masks, slave masks and whatnot. And even the album starts with this kind of sexual control, sadism, and all that stuff. So pretty sick stuff, and that is of course very traditional when it comes to death metal. So when you see themes like perversion, blasphemy, sadism, torture, misogyny, rape included, yes, we are very much in the very core of very old school traditional death metal. So not for the weak, not for those who are socially concerned. So coming from New Hampshire, this band has only one release out since 2019, so not the most active band from in that sense. As you can already see when I was mentioning, there are quite a few bands with the same name coming from same country. This also lists that, not to be confused with the other Dominions coming from United States of America. Band is made of 4 people, at least according to the information what is Metal Archive site, and I think the album pretty much backs it up. So let's take a look at Evil Control EP. Now, as you can see, the songs are pretty much the average length. Not exactly short and sweet, but around the 5 minutes marker with the topics just mentioned there. So what can you expect in terms of music is, of course, what's the main thing going on here. And that's pretty much just basic mid-tempo death metal. Yes, it starts with a rather upsetting spoken sample. I was thinking out what criminal is in case, but I couldn't really figure it out, but that goes beyond the point. What is more interesting is that this is kind of a tapping into the very early 90s stuff. I mean, you could basically put it in the late 80s as well. Roughly the kind of stuff that was out there already 35 years ago. So are they really inventing anything new? Are they reinventing the wheel or something like that? Definitely no. But what matters is that how they do these riffs, as boneheaded as they may be, is that I actually got to enjoy it because it's so very basic. It's so default set death metal that you don't even need anything else. I mean, yeah, surely you can probably feel like, okay, I've listened to this kind of stuff so many times over and over again during the decades. But in fact, this is also the kind of death metal that you got you going in the beginning with. Yes, it's not comparable with the so-called A-class bands. I'm talking about the Morbid Angels and Bolt Throwers and Deaths and all that stuff. But really, apart from that, yeah, this is pretty much kind of stuff that you could have fallen in love with some 30 years ago. And you wouldn't complain like, oh, they're nothing new, because already some 30 years ago, this kind of stuff had been there quite some time. But like I said, you don't even need something new when you just have the kind of a classic take on that. And the same thing obviously applies to a lot of genres out there. Whether we're talking about punk music or old school death metal, yeah, you don't really expect to hear something kind of new. Now the downside is, of course, that after a few spins with the 4 tracks, you pretty much have it all figured out, and there is nothing really more to be revealed. But if that's not a problem, Evil Control is all you need. Pretty basic, pretty standard death metal the right way done. So check out the links provided in the description box for the music and the links to these band sites and all. Off you go.